Today, I am going to be replacing this ceiling fan. Why replace it, you may ask? You may be like, this is a perfectly good fan. I don't see any problems with it. Well, here are the 3 problems I do have with it. Problem number 1, this here is a loft bed. And so when I am up here sleeping or just doing whatever up here, well, I've got to deal with these blades over my head, and I really don't like that. Number 2, it doesn't work well with smart bulbs. I've tried all kinds of smart bulbs inside of them, and well, this is the best solution I found, is this combo right here. But even this has its ups and downs. The first set was my set of lay power bulbs that connect with straight to the Smart Life app. The problem with those is I always had to keep the dimmer switch in the middle of the dimmer. If it was too far up, they would keep flashing until they just started entering pairing mode. And if it was too far down, they wouldn't have power at all. Then I got annoyed with it, and I installed a ceiling fan box up inside of the motor housing. That is controlled by this remote. The problem? That remote doesn't connect with the bond, and so it was a totally unsmart setup. I'd either have to turn it on and off from the wall switch, not doing that, or have to toggle it with the remote, also not doing that. So then I bought these clear GE Sync light bulbs to match the clear bulbs I had got from IKEA to put in this when I used that ceiling fan box. Well, those failed as well, badly. Probably even worse than the first set I had. The fan would always flash them, then they would go soft white, and then enter pairing mode. And it happened so much more often than the first set of bulbs. Mind you, the first set of bulbs probably at least happened 3 times a week. Then I finally said, alright, just screw it. Put in this bulb I found that I actually remember buying. I bought it when I was like 9. I went with my dad to the Home Depot, and I saw this on an end cap, and I was like, I have to have it. So my dad bought it for me. As well as those 2 lip power bulbs to hopefully even out the dimmer range. And it worked. As you can see, I have the dimmer all the way pushed up, and there are no problems at all. But it still has an ups and downs. Devices going offline, the fact that the 2 bulbs in the back don't change Kelvin, the fact that this bulb in the front doesn't have the very best RGB saturation. Yeah, boo on those. And then number 3 is this supposed to happen? I don't think so. And yes, don't tell me to tighten them down. I've already tried that. They just come back loose again. So now you know my reasons for why I'm replacing this fan. But now, let's actually get to it. Tools necessary will be linked in the description, so check that if you guys need to know what tools you will need. Otherwise, as the video progresses, I will tell you what tool I am currently using, so you can check that. Or, for a faster, easier way, just check the description. There will be a cheat sheet there. I'm going to start by unscrewing the old lighting bulbs. I would turn the circuit breaker off, but as of right now, my family is watching, or I should say my dad is watching TV in the other room, which is on the same circuit breaker as mine. So, well, that's not happening. But taking out light bulbs, I mean, you can take out light bulbs. You can take out light bulbs without having to turn off the circuit breaker. It's not going to kill you. Mind you, even without turning off the circuit breaker, I mean, it isn't going to hurt that bad. I mean, it'll hurt. It'll hurt. Sorry, I shouldn't say it won't hurt that bad. It'll hurt, but it's not going to kill you. So yeah. Now, I'm not saying at all you shouldn't turn off your circuit breaker. 1000% a good idea to shut off your circuit breaker. I'm not responsible for any mistakes you may make in this video. This is not necessarily a tutorial. If you want to use it as one, go ahead. But I'm not an electrician. I'm just doing my own work here. So don't put it on me for making a silly mistake that caused your fan or your swap to have problems. Really quick before you start, a lot of people are probably going to ask, where am I going to put this ceiling fan? Well, I'm probably going to put it in our garage area, which we are planning to turn into a master bedroom. We've already gotten some organization done on it. Not a lot, but a little bit. So we're making progression, and we've also laid out the floor plans as well for when we go to do it. So this would just be an extra, this would be good. Maybe this is not the fan we keep in there, but it'll at least be the fan for the time being, for when people go in that room, they can at least have a nice ceiling fan breeze over them. Oh, and what am I going to do about the ceiling fan box? Well, I've actually got 2 of them. One is in this fan, and believe it or not, the other one is actually in a box I found I had bought on Prime Day. This guy here, that's up in here, I got for Christmas, so, because I lost the other one, but I have 2. So this one I'm probably going to keep in this fan wherever we put it. Like I said, I'm probably going to put it in the garage. But if it doesn't go, if it doesn't go in the garage and the fan goes somewhere else, I want to have it stay with the fan. And then the second one will probably either go in my brother's room or my parents' room or wherever else we're going to want one of those little remotes to control it, because those are pretty useful to have. First things first, take out the screw from this bottom light kit here. As you can see, that's going to be the first thing you're going to want to do to get the light kit off. There, on mine, there's 3 all around it. Depending on how many yours has, you might have to make some adjustments. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done is, maybe like, man, I've done a lot. Well, it actually isn't that much. What I've done is I have taken off the light kit. Like I mentioned, there were just 3 screws around. And then I disconnected these 2 pieces here from the light kit. That's the light kit right there. And then I also did the same for the blades. Each blade just had 2 screws right here, as you can see. And I put them all in Ziploc baggies, which I have labeled fan blade screws, and then the lighting kit. The reason I like to label it is for if this fan ever gets another use out of its life, it's easier to put it up instead of having to guess which screw goes to what. Next step is going to be to actually take down the motor and the outer housing, as well as that box that I mentioned that's up in there that uses that remote control, and then we'll be able to put it in our new fan. Okay, so let's go ahead and unbox the new unit here. I've already peeled up the flaps with the important info. The secret info, sorry. There we go, ceiling fan with light, Diamond Force. So, yeah, there you go. It works with the Toya app, but I know how to pull it into Smart Life, so that's how I'm going to set it up, and then I'm going to set it up with Amazon's Assistant and Google's Assistant. Some foam, that can be useful. Here we have the fan itself, the blades. Just so happens to get noisy as I'm recording a video. Take that foam out. And then here it looks like we have the actual fixture itself, which looks to come assembled, which is always nice. You guys can see way better now with this cam. So this looks again to be the main unit itself. Here we have a lot of mounting screws and wire nuts. I might use the ones that are already in my fan wire nuts, but we'll see if we end up using these ones. And then over here it looks to be, I actually don't know what this is. I'm actually not entirely too sure what this is, but I guess we'll figure it out along the way. So this is everything that comes in the box here. As you can see, we have the fan blades, the fan light, instructions. This is the motor assembly, the remote, as well as the extra hardware that is needed to install the fan. So now we're going to put it together. So in the side of the motor assembly here, there's going to be a screw on the side, a security screw. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to loosen up that screw and take it out. That will then allow you to get inside of the housing here to wire it up. So you do only need a positive and neutral wire. If you have a red wire in your electrical box, it is not going to be needed. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and slide this up in the fan here. We did an example to show you what it's going to look like. We will show you guys how to do the next few sides, as you can see here. So first, you feed the wire coming out of it through, and then you're going to slide it from the bottom and then slide it up until it clicks in. Okay. Then you're going to take these copper-looking connectors here and slide both of the fan blades into each other, like so. And then you can screw on the top cap. Okay, so you're going to take this screw and screw it down. That way these two pieces connect together. Don't tighten it down all the way, otherwise you may have a problem getting the other sides in. Okay, now we can tighten all of the 3 screws fully down and add the copper cap on top. As you can see, like that. So you're going to take these cables from each of the 3 lights and you're going to connect them to this little piece here that comes off of the receiver, as you can see there, and do the same for all 3 of them. When you're done, the final product should look something a little like this. Just tuck it down there. If you need to move it later, you can. So you're going to take this cap off and be sure to hold on to the bottom here when you're taking it off, so that way it doesn't spin on you. This is the bottom. This is what's going to go down on the bracket. You want to see these numbers here facing up. You're going to take this cap and you are going to install it on the nut of the fan. Again, hold it, that way it doesn't start spinning on you. When you're tightening this cap, you're going counterclockwise. Using the list I used, I have a whole video of making a rough draft on labeling these breakers, but using that, I know which circuit breaker to turn off, which is that guy right there, number 19. Alright, it's always a good idea to open some curtains and blend windows in the room that you're working in, as the main lighting is going to get quite dim. In this room, we do have the exit sign over there, which brings in some extra light, but that alone isn't quite enough, so the windows being open still makes it very useful. Makes it very much brighter in here, I should say. Okay, so we went ahead and we found it easier to disconnect the little chain there that holds the fan to the mounting bracket, just to make it easier. And then we screwed in the screws into there. Had to do a little bit of maneuvering with it, but it turned out all right. We did use our existing screws to mount it, not the ones that came with the light. On this fan, there is no ground wire because of the double insulation feature that it has. And so you're just going to take a wire nut, cap off your ground wire, and then tuck it up in the electrical box. Never, never, never just shove it up there. That it will never be a good idea. We are going to ground our ground wire to the screw. We're just going to loop it in and then reattach it. That way it at least has some bonding to metal. Alrighty, so we have connected our hot to hot, or black to black, and our neutral to neutral, white to white. And we have grounded our screw up on that screw up there that we used to mount it to the ceiling. Now we are going to push up the fan onto the mounting bracket and secure the security screw. As you can see, we've got it installed, and it is very bright. So I currently have the fan on speed 4 and the light on its brightest white setting. So I have it on, I think this is maybe 5,000 Kelvin at 100% brightness, and then this fan is speed 4. Here's the remote, and here's how quiet it gets. Like, it's super quiet, you can hear the noise in the other room. And then 6, this thing goes super. It works very well. I've been pretty comfortable on speed 4, so I'm going to leave it on speed 4. And yeah, you can obviously, you have your dimming and your white tones control. So here we have cool white, warm white, normal white. And of course, it pairs with our assistants. Just link the Toya skill, or I actually pulled mine into Smart Life, which I already had the Smart Life skill linked, but you can just link it there as well. Alright, now for the control. Echo. Lights on. Echo. Ceiling fan on. Echo. Ceiling fan to speed 3. Echo. Ceiling fan to speed 4, and to turn off ceiling fan, and to turn lights off. There you go. Basically, anything that this remote can control, forward, reverse, breeze, night light mode, basically any of that, anything that's on this remote, you can control from the assistant. It also works with Google's assistant as well, not just Amazon's assistant. Alright, so, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out more videos. I installed a Fandelier in my kitchen when we bought from COSTCO. This one we bought off of Amazon, but yeah. The old fan, I have a plan for it. I want to, see, I've got all the parts here. I want to install it in this room here. This is where we have this light here. We have another light over there, but that one's gonna stay. It's this one. I will have to put a box in here, like a proper ceiling fan box, but that's not too hard. So, and this room definitely needs a fan. It's very hot in here. This AC is nothing but dead. We do have some other boxes in here. As you can see, we have this Harbor Breeze fan that we took out of my living room. There's another fan in here somewhere, but it's probably under this pile of stuff that we have in here. So, yeah, because this is basically our storage room. We've even got a spare fridge here. Oh, and stay tuned for part 2 of this. I plan to fully make it labeled, and I found out, I think, I was watching some of Nick's System Electric, and I think that this thing here, the 25 amp that says surge protector, I have a feeling that might actually be a surge protector. I'm not sure. Comment down below again if you guys know what that maybe does. The only other one I couldn't figure out was that 20 down there. Oh wait, maybe I did figure out what that 20 was. I don't know. I think there was one other circuit in here. I couldn't figure out what it did, but I at least know what that 25 does. So, yeah, we'll be sure to finish labeling that soon. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. There's the cat. But, yeah, so, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out more videos. And, yeah, see you in the next one. Farewell.